Hey, what's up, everybody? As you can see, I am not on the road. I'm actually in one of my other elements that I really enjoy, which is, being out in nature and visiting nature and stuff, which is, one of the other things I really enjoy doing. As well as some people say, about the whole road trip, driving all the way across the country, like literally from one point of the country to the other furthest end of the country, just for a 45-minute walk through of a place, and then turn around and drive all the way back. They're like, that's just insane. Why would you do that? And the thing is only those, and we have this saying in Kempo, from the school I come from. I'm pretty sure the saying is a military saying, and it's only those who go too far know how far they can go. And that has such a profound impact on anybody who's doing martial arts or doing anything where they, are going to step outside of their element, which is one of the things that I posted on a picture where I'm training in the snow, about, you got to step outside of your comfort zone, guys. At least for me, that's makes a lot of sense for me. Stepping out of your comfort zone. If you feel comfortable what you're doing and where you're at, then that's where you'll remain. But you do not have, who's going to listen to you to be seriously listening to what your complaints are about your situation, if your situation is because of your own lack of conviction, that you literally are just comfortable and you just won't make a move. And that is part of that whole slave race mindset. And those people, when the time comes, and I've said this before, another species comes down and they mean to rule you, you will be ruled, because you are used to comfort. Comfort is what, as long as you can find some comfort, then you'll be okay with your situation. So, and for the very small, I don't even look, I'm not even gonna go down the 172 path anymore. I'm done doing that. Look, this whole lake is almost iced now. The thing is with the 172, a lot of people weren't comfortable with saying that there's only 172 people that may be, in pods. The people were not comfortable with saying only 172 people may be ascending and going someplace else. And that's fine, I just literally went off the data of what I found. It wasn't something that was hopeful, wishful. I just came up with a number, pulled it out of the air. I looked at factual evidence of things, put them together, and saw enough things that said, 172. But now I'm starting to think that maybe the 172 is one person from 72. I would be that one person from 72. Doesn't mean I'm an ascending or going anywhere or anything like that. It just means that one person from 72 may possibly reveal all the evidence that, the opposite of the 99.9% of people who, well, I'll just say 99%, because if you take 1% or one person from 100, so we're just gonna go down that path, whatever, that nobody else could find it. And I find it absolutely absurd. It's getting to the point to where I literally have to take a step back, because I can't, it's too much to sit there and listen to people, do mental gymnastics to get around facts. Like literally mental gymnastics. Pick a religion. It's the same thing. It's the same damn thing. You give somebody, if you're like hell-bent on your religion, and then somebody else tells you that they're hell-bent on their religion, you watch them two go back and forth trying to prove that their religion is the right religion, and the other one trying to prove their religion is the right religion. You'll start noticing that they'll start all doing mental gymnastics. They'll start doing all these things that just are irrational, and a lot of hopeful thinking, and a lot of just fallacies, and it's beautiful out here. Look at that. It's not solid, but it's definitely, let's see something, we'll poke something in there. Which is a good teaching tool from what I'm talking about too, right? Like, it, that's it, man. It's the same thing. Like, You don't know until you poke a hole in it, right? It's the same thing with most people's beliefs. Like, they'll believe that they can really walk across this entire pond here. I'm not even going to poke a hole in it because it just makes more sense to use that as a teaching tool without even bothering poking a hole in it. I'm going to get down so you guys can see closer, so you can see the ice there. Okay? But they will literally do this, right? And you can see a chunk of ice on there. They'll firmly believe that they can walk all the way across that without even testing it. They're just going to go off of faith. They're not even going to test it. They're not even going to try to poke a hole in there. They're just going to go off of faith. And that's just a huge problem, you know, with people in beliefs and, you know, and all kinds of, you know, things. And when you give somebody facts and they don't want to look at the facts, and that becomes a very huge problem, because how do you argue with facts? You know, how do you argue with that? Like, it's like I said before, the whole thing, like, you dump a cup of water in somebody's head, it's a fact that they're wet. And then you get, and then you have people who will swear up and down, you know, they'll you know, do mental gymnastics to say they're not wet just so that they can try to disprove a clear fact in their face. And I'm done posting the facts. Look, I find it completely 100% bizarre that I've put up facts of 1972 and showed the hindsight 2020 videos, how that stuff's all connected, and how I was able to prove the entire election and how it was going to go down. And I had somebody tell me about, you know, well, you're always going to be half right, whichever side you pick. It's like, man, it wasn't the whole thing wasn't about, you know, I just chose one side or the other to say who was going to win. I put it down to, I showed by factual evidence, this is how it's going to happen. By looking at these facts and showing how they affected the year 2020's election. And it's like, you can't argue with that. It's like, that doesn't make any damn sense. It's bizarre. So I'm totally in Bizarro Land, without a doubt. It's definitely Bizarro Land. It's definitely, most likely, it is a simulation. You know, I haven't ruled that out, that we're not in a simulation, because of such bizarrities. Sometimes I feel and I think at the same time that we are possibly in a natural reality, and that there's just some time hacking going on, and because of the time hacking, it's caused issues with our reality. But at the same time, that would just mean that every single person will be brainwashed, and I don't want to be the one from 72, guys. I don't want to be the one from 72. You know, that's a feeling. That's not a thought. That's how I feel. I feel like I don't want to be the one from 72. It's like I said in my very first video. It's, you know, it's lonely. You know, it's cold. It's a lonely place to be. You know, when you present all this stuff. It's like, this is world-breaking shit. This isn't just, you know, somebody who's just looking at the stars and looking at their alignments. This is world-breaking stuff, and nobody cares. Alex Collier, and Alex Collier predicted 9/11, that something was going to happen right before 9/11, you know, 7 years before it even happened. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. There's a man on YouTube who has a date-stamped time of him saying in, I think it was in 1994 or something like that, or whatever, and he was saying that, you know, that these alien species are telling him people need to get themselves in order before 2001, March or August, something like that, because there's going to be a major event that's going to happen. How would he know that? And then after it happens, and it's changed the world, that event, and this man still has that video out there with proof that he said that something was going to go down, and nobody cares. One of the most major events that's happened in American history, and nobody cares. And here I'm saying the same thing. I said, you know, look, you look at the data, and anybody can do this. It's not because I'm special. Anybody can do it. But obviously, I must be one from 72, because I don't know why nobody else is doing it. You look at the entire thing from the election, call out the election, and say it's going to lead to a civil war because they will not accept Biden in office. And I said that months before the election, months. And I said that he was going to be president. And I said, this is how. And I said, they will not accept him and it will lead to civil war. And here we are today, you know, and yet nobody cares. We're in Bizarro Land, or I am one person from 72 who lives in a simulation. And I don't know where that's going to lead to. I don't know. Maybe I'm just some experiment. I don't know. I have no idea. But going to Alcor was definitely eye-opening. It definitely was able to piece some things together that made a lot of sense. I am going to share the video with you guys. I did see somebody leave a comment about they're going to go to Alcor now because I had did a tour, and they said that, you know, they're on their site, since they're closed because of COVID or whatever, you know, and stuff. So now they're going to go, you know, don't go up there representing me or say anything like that, because, you know, I don't need any of that shit. You know, I went up there on a whole positive note. I didn't go up there telling them, you know, about, you know, I mean, we talked about some things, but, you know, it wasn't some wackadoo, you know, conspiracy, because this is not conspiracy. A conspiracy is when somebody tries to hide, or a group of people try to hide something, try to hide the truth. There's nobody hiding the truth of 1972. There's nobody hiding the truth of 2020 connections. It's not a damn conspiracy. And that's what makes it even more suspect. That's what makes it even more of a problem, that people are not accepting and not understanding it. It's bizarre. It's wearing on me. You know, I'm at the point where, you know, sometimes I don't even want to do. You know how many times I recorded a video before I put it up today? Quite a few times. I've done so many different videos, and I don't even know if I'm going to post this one, because it just wears on you, man. It just wears on you. It's just like, why are people not seeing this stuff? You know, and but I will post a thing on Alcor, the tour, and what you guys take with that information, what you do with it, is on you. I'm literally trying to figure things out myself. I mean, I have been finding a lot of connections of things that I just am not going to share, because I've shared enough connections, and I've shown enough by even prophesizing things that was going to happen, and not because of, like I said, not because of magical powers or any crap like that, but because of just looking at facts that anybody can do. I mean, come on. Usually when you hear somebody telling you about some prophecy or some crap like that, they usually just, it's like closed information, and they somehow just know it. You know, I'm telling you, I tell everybody, you can look it up. You could look at 72 and it will predict 2020, you know, and I don't know how to get that through more to people, you know, that, you know, everybody can be involved, but nobody, you know, and there's a few people out there, and I respect and care about them, and there's connections there for sure. But I just don't understand how this is not will breaking shit. I just don't, it's really, really bizarre. And, you know, in my path is it's just the way everything has happened for me, my entire path, to get to this point right now where I'm here talking on this video right now at this park, looking at icy water. You know, it's the same, you know, it's the same thing. I always look at the steps that got me to this point, you know, and the fact that I've always tried to, you know, confuse things, you know, not confuse myself, but confuse whatever may be trying to guide me. And now I'm at the point where I need to try to figure out how, if I'm in this simulation, I want to figure out how I can control it. Before I didn't, because I thought we were in a time loop, but now I don't know how long I'm going to be stuck in this thing. And I literally mean stuck now at this point, and which is fine. I don't mind it, to being in it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I mean, at this point, if I don't have a clear date when it's going to be over, then I want to know how to control it. You know, I want to change some things. You know, I want to, you know, do some things for myself, so that way, and I can't fix things for other people, because I don't, one from 72, I don't know how to fix things for you. To figure out how to fix things for yourself. But yeah, I'm at the point where I want to try to, and I'm saying, if I'm in a simulation, I'm saying this to the devs right now. I want more control. You know, I want more control over this thing, because, you know, of course, you know, NPCs, whatever, the puppets always Always got to be nobody out here. Because nobody was out here, it was cold. I guess I'm out here, so whatever. But I'm telling the devs right now, you know, if I'm in a simulation, I want a little bit more control. And that's what I want. I want a little bit more control. I'll stop putting out videos. Yeah, if you guys give me a little bit more control, hell, I'll pull all my shit down. People can figure it out on their own. And it's not a selfish thing. It's just that it's starting to wear on me now at that point. And literally, you know, I'll comply with whatever they want. Just give me a little bit more control. That's all I want. Because and so I can make this thing go a little bit more comfortable, you know, before I get to wherever the hell I'm going or whatever the hell is happening. And the other thing is too, like if we're not and we're in a natural reality, and this has to do with alien civilizations and stuff like that, and all that stuff's going to happen. And I'm going to stop talking about that too, because you guys have to figure a lot of that stuff out on your own. It's not right for me to guide you to whatever is going to happen, because it could be good or it can be bad. So I don't want to be responsible for that. I'll put evidence out there, but you guys have to find that. You're gonna have to find the clues and the connections on your own, because I don't know where that's going to lead. So, and I know everybody wants this happy, fuzzy, bubbly feeling that, you know, that they deserve more, they deserve to go someplace better, and that there's an alien species just waiting out there. Just like it's the same thing. That's a new age religion. That's all it is. People just waiting for some omnipotent being or omnipotent beings, which would be aliens, to come down and swoop you up and take you to a better place because you deserve it, just because you're a nice person. And I'm sorry, that just doesn't, I mean, for me personally, I don't want to be in that place. I don't even want to be there with you. If that's where you're going, I don't want to be there. I want to be in some place where it's natural. You know, I don't want to be in fake La La Land. I'd rather be in a natural existence, you know. And if aliens were taking me and whisking me off someplace, I want to go someplace where it's, you know, I don't want everything handed to me. You know, even though like in the simulation, when I say I want some control, I didn't say I want all control. I just want some control. That's it. And the same thing, if I'm going to be going off to some other planet, you know, because this one is on its, you know, they're about to be a wipe or whatever the hell's going to happen here, then I don't want to be someplace where everything's just going to be handed to me. I want to enjoy, you know, the struggles and the things like that too, wherever I'm going, you know, and earn my way on things. Earning is more important than just I'm a nice person and I deserve better. That's just, you know, that's selfish, and I don't like it. So anyhow, guys, so that's pretty much it for today. I'm gonna try to get that video up, I guess, tomorrow on the Alcor. Like I said, at first I wasn't really, so it wasn't, you know, after reading that comment, somebody saying that, oh, they're gonna go up there now and all this and stuff, go ahead, go for it, you know. Maybe they don't let you in, maybe they do, you know. Just do me a favor when you go up there, you know, don't be saying that, you know, hey, this guy and this X, Y, and Z. Besides, on top of that, you know, there's two options here. Either we're in a simulation or there's advanced alien species who are intervening. And either one of those things, it probably not such a good idea to piss off the wrong people. You know, you find yourself in oblivion real quick or deleted out of the system real fast. You know, there's a reason why I've even gotten as far as I've gotten. And I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but for some reason they've let me get this far. And some of the stuff that I'm talking about is definitely on a whole nother level, you know. So all right, guys, well, that's it for now. I got NPCs and, you know, puppets following me around. So all right, I'll put up another video soon. Okay. And it is cold in here. I should have brought my jacket. Oh, buddy, there it is. Yep.
The next one.
Awesome. There it is, guys.
That's the patient care bay. This is where we have 181 people in stasis waiting until technology is available to revive them.
So in 2019, there was exactly 172 in here, though, right?
I believe
so.
So
Right before the year 2020, there was only 172 people in here.
72.